Happy Saturday, everybody. How's everybody's day going? My day started off pretty decent, actually. Starting off with a little bit of a pep in my step after pretty decent sleep. You know, got out, got some food, and then just spent the last hour and a half watching a live stream reunion between Robert Patrick and Annabeth Gish, and one of the pristine writers on the X-Files, Frank Spotsnitz, kind of do a little reunion live stream together. And oh my god, man, I was smiling ear to ear. I was laughing. They answered one of my questions. It was a lot of fun, man. So I'm running a little high, and I tweeted about it, and so far both Robert Patrick and Frank Spotsnitz have liked it. So I'm feeling pretty good. How's everybody doing, man? So I'm in a bit of an X-Files mood at the moment. So if I reference anything, bring anything up, it's probably going to happen. But for everybody that's here right now, or everybody that's going to tune in shortly, or however it's going to work, I really appreciate everybody who tuned in to the live stream yesterday. I know it was way delayed. Well after the weekend when most of that stuff was really relevant, but I still wanted to talk about it, and I tried to put a little bit of work into it. So I do appreciate everybody that showed up, hung out. I know I didn't get to answer everybody's questions or do what we do here a lot of the time, so I appreciate the support that whole video got. I tried to, at least if I wasn't sure how many people were going to tune in, put a little bit of extra presentation and flair into it, and I was a little nervous, but it worked out, I think, after we got past a few little stages there. But hope everybody's having a good Saturday, good start to your weekend. We got Thomas in here. All of Wong appearances are really long backdoor pilots for a Wong show. That would be kind of funny if that was the case. What universes do I want to see in Avengers Secret War? Really just the Fox, mostly the X-Men Fox universes. Blade, if we can get Wesley Snipes in there. You know, some of the ones we've already seen. Maybe some of the animated ones. Those are the ones that come to mind initially. One of the untitled projects of Phase 6 could be a Quake series if the rumors about Chloe Bennett returning from Marvel to play Daisy Johnson, aka Quake, in the MCU are true. Could be. Could be Deadpool 3 as well. It's one of my thoughts. Phase 4 is the Wong Cinematic Universe. Pretty much at this point. Hey, Omni, hope you're having a fantastic weekend. I'm glad you liked the video I shared with you on Twitter. You should check out the Joseph Quinn and Jimmy Fallon interview. It's his talk show debut. Oh, I might have to check that out. Because a lot of people have been sending me some Joseph Quinn stuff, and it's hard not to watch it. Metallica's entire Master of Puppets performance, which was metal, by the way, at Lollapalooza, is on YouTube along with others. It was also apparently live streamed on Hulu. Hell yeah. Joseph Quinn also did an interview on Access Hollywood at Stranger Things Experience, which is on their YouTube channel, and they asked him to read some thirst tweets. All right, well, we might have to do a reaction to that one. But yeah, I saw that Joseph Quinn also got to, he got to hang out and play with Metallica, which is epic as hell. What's up, Donick? Next saga after the multiverse saga is the High Ground saga. What's up, Maria? As always, I'm here to send you hugs and hope you feel great. Well, thank you, Maria. Right back at you. If American version of Shang-Chi is Sean, does that make me Shang-Chi? No, not exactly. What's up, One? One of my favorite people doing. I'm doing all right. I just kind of went on a little tirade about how I'm in a good mood at the moment, so hopefully that stands true throughout the rest of this, and then I figure out what I'm going to do tonight. I just got Digimon Survive that I really want to play and spend some time in, but also need to go see DC Super Pets and also have to watch The Martian for the Patreon and the YouTube members before the weekend is over. So trying to find time in for that. And what's up, Catrail? How are you doing? Welcome. With regards to the movie slated for Phase 5, the one that has me interested is the Thunderbolts. I know, just like Black Panther Wakanda Forever is going to be emotional, so will Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Agreed. What's up, Jamie? What's up, KN? How are you doing? Wakanda Forever equal billion guaranteed? Probably. I would be surprised if it doesn't, to be honest. What's up, Summer? I've got COVID. Got it from a roommate, but otherwise I'm doing okay. Dang roommates, right? Well, I hope you feel better. I hope you take care of yourself, and hopefully it doesn't last too long. What's up, Sean? Zophelia, how are you doing? Thank you. Stream was chill yesterday. Thanks, Mitch. I tried. I personally feel like the Flash overuses Thawne too much. Do I agree? I think anymore, maybe a little bit, because it doesn't feel all that earned when he pops back up that often anymore. Maybe I'd be a little more hyped about it if it was Matt Lester, but I don't know. I can kind of feel that. But he's also the only villain that I really like. It's just they keep punking him out every now and then. He doesn't linger very much. What's up, Adit? I'm doing all right. How about you? Omnicon. What's up? Wong just gets around. Do you think Doctor Doom will be the villain of Secret Wars? I don't know. I really don't know. I honestly have to imagine it's probably going to be Kang at the end. But I'm sure we'll have Doctor Doom playing a little bit of a part. If not in Phase 5 up until then. I know everyone is super, super excited for who's going to be playing Reed Richards. But in my mind, I think the next big thing is going to be Johnny Storm. I'm hoping it's Dylan O'Brien. Could be. Could be. Speaking of Dylan Bryan, before I move on, I saw a tweet, or not a tweet, it was a tweet that shared an article that was talking to him about certain things and like some chill shows or whatever he binges and watches, and he talked about Friends. I gotta say, I gotta share some respect with him for acknowledging that Ross and Rachel were in fact not on a break when he cheated on Rachel. Anyway, moving on. Did you look at the Aquaman movie and the Power Rangers for sound effects? No, I hadn't got around to that yet. What's up, Alia? How's your day going so far? So far, really good after that X-Files live stream, man. Feeling, I don't know, man, really nostalgic and just a little emotional. Oh, it looks like a little crybaby's in the chat. Because he can't control his own emotions. I don't know if anybody already got to him. Yeah. So, if that's the attitude you're coming up with, yeah, I'm sorry. You're gone. Anyway. Let's see. She-Hulk and Wakanda Forever. Do you think that Sony is waiting to tell us about Spider-Man 4 or other Spider-Man spin-off movies? I have no idea what is going on with Spider-Man 4, Spider-Man spin-off stuff. I don't know what Sony's doing. I don't really know what the relationship right now is after No Way Home with Sony and Marvel. So I don't know, man. There's not that many OG Avengers from the first group that they have assembled. Pretty much, not really. Not really at all. I'm sad that my Deathstroke figure broke and I had to delay Suicide Squad versus Justice League. Oh, that sucks. Hope you're able to get a new one or at least fix it. Start shit and get thrown in baby jail where you belong. You know, I'm gonna unhide, so if you behave and be a mature human being for a moment, I might let you back in. But like, seriously, you blew that into a whole thing that it didn't need to be the other day. So I actually hadn't even like blocked you on the channel yet, so I was still leaving some room for you to kind of try to take a little bit of a high road for a moment, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Anyway, Ragu, hey man, you're able to hang out. That's awesome. Love Robert Patrick. Making a live for the first time in a bit. Have my wine. Bank holiday here. So long. No work Monday. Yes. Hell yeah, man. Long weekend. Go for it. Get into that wine. And yeah, yeah, man. Robert Patrick, especially, he's always been an actor I've really loved to follow. And honestly, surprising to me was the energy he kind of gave off in his interview with Michael Rosenbaum on his podcast. Again, I might as well be sponsored by them, which I'm not. That would be too cool. But my lord, the interview that Robert Patrick did on Inside of You like a week or two ago was just, I don't know, it was refreshing. It was really interesting to see him open up about certain things, talk about stuff, and the projects he's worked on, his insecurities and stuff like that, and some rough times that he's been through. I don't know, man. I really dug it. And seeing him and Annabeth Gish for the first time in, what, 20 years now? It was kind of wild to me. Oh, and they were getting emotional too, and that was getting to me. That was getting to me. What's up, Cuddy? How are you doing? What's up, Major T? Part 1. I am happy Affleck is happy and doing reshoots for Aquaman 2 to replace 2-minute scene feature Keaton. But if Discovery is willing to do reshoots for Aquaman 2, a $2 million movie, then why isn't Discovery willing to reshoot The Flash? It just shows their bullshit double standards. Well, that's a whole different thing. It would, for Ben Affleck to show up to just kind of reshoot a few scenes here and there, it is not costly. You'd have to if you want to do reshoots for The Flash with everything going on, you'd have to reshoot the entire movie, which would basically be tripling the budget of the movie at that point. Not even remotely close to the same thing. Let's see. Theory. The real reason we haven't seen the mutants in the MCU yet is because Xavier keeps wiping the minds of entire towns worth of people, so their appearances never impact the story. That's not a bad theory, and not above something Xavier might do. I saw Super Pets last night out of boredom, and I was freaking shocked at how good it was. I was cracking up through the whole thing. That's promising. That gives me some hope. I've seen some mixed things on it, but obviously it's a movie geared for kids, so I'm not all that put off about checking it out. I mean, I've got that expectation going into it. I'm not going into expecting Shakespeare. If it makes me smile, makes me laugh, that's kind of all I really want out of it. I was going to see it Thursday, but when we were out running errands, our car broke down. So we had to call that off. Yesterday, you know, we had the presentation I wanted to give, so I didn't want to delay that again. So we did that instead. So I gave that, put that out there for you guys. So maybe either tonight or tomorrow, I'm planning on trying to get out there and at least giving a go. Started making a series with superheroes I made up. Ooh, go for it. Create your own universe. Would you like to see more Flash and White Canary's friendship? I really hope we see Sarah in season 9. You've asked this before, Scott, quite often actually. But yes, I definitely would. Because I definitely feel like it's a friendship that we haven't gotten enough of, and they're really the only two OGs left, and I'd love to see them kind of connect a little bit more. I love Tom, but I wish they used Matt more for Reverse Flash. 100%, Juan. 100%. Gave each character a backstory, some tragic, some way too many villains. That's how it goes, man. Will Kang win the Kang Dynasty like Thanos in Infinity War? I have to imagine. Maybe. Probably. But maybe not. I mean, if Kang rules, is it Kang and all of his variants that rule? Is it or is it a singular Kang that comes out on top? And if a singular Kang comes out on top, does that mean that the multiverses that the others represented got wiped out? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, we'll get to that comment when I get to it. Anyway. What's up, Chelsea? I love that you're reacting to the Umbrella Academy. I love your reactions to Stranger Things and other reactions. My favorite is Klaus. Who is my favorite? So far, in the 2 episodes that I've watched, I'd have to say probably Vanya. And that might be surprising because she doesn't get that many reactions most of the time when I'm watching it. But I don't know. There's something about that character that, I don't know, the demeanor, the outsider syndrome they've developed. I don't know. There's something about that just kind of like, it touches me personally a lot. But I love the scenes, pretty much every scene Klaus is in, because it always gets a rise and a reaction out of me. As far as depth and layers and stuff like that, I haven't I don't know him that much just yet, but he definitely entertains the crap out of me. But if I had to pick a favorite character at the moment, it's Vanya. What is my least favorite MCU film? Probably still Thor: The Dark World, I'd have to say. Are you excited for the upcoming new Predator movie, Prey, on Hulu? I am. I've heard some really good things about it. I've also heard some not so great things about it. So it's going to be one of those things I'm going to have to check out for myself. I've been a Predator fan since day one. Even when it came down to the fandom wars of Predator versus Alien, I was always Team Predator. The first movie and the second movie I watched religiously on repeat for a lot when I was growing up. So I'm definitely willing to give it a chance and see how it goes, because it seems like it's going to be harkening back a little bit more to the tone of that original film. Because, let's be honest, Predators was okay. It was fun. And then, what was the one after that? The Predator was, that was fucking stupid. That movie. Yeah, so it's been a little bit of a rocky thing. It's just like these two Alien franchises, but the Predator and Alien, have struggled to really kind of like do anything I feel like is strong after their sequel. I think Alien and Aliens are pinnacle, peak. I think Predator 2, like Charlie said there in the live chat, in the up-to-date one, is very underrated. I really like Predator 1 and Predator 2. So yeah. For sure. Let's see. Finishing Young Justice Season 4 tonight. Season 2 is currently my favorite. I don't remember a lot about Season 2, but I really enjoyed Season 4. Season 3 was a little rough, and I just saw that comment from Barry. It has nothing to do with your opinions. You were being a bitch. And you came into our Discord assaulting other people in the chat. And just like going off for no reason, making everything for not an opinion. You were berating myself in a knee-jerk reaction to me being not even saying anything at you specifically on Twitter or anything of the sort, and just blew it all out of proportion. So yeah, chill out. And I've only literally been this lenient with you, and this is not your first outburst. This is by far not your first. I've been very lenient because you have been around the channel for as long as you have. But I am not above putting somebody who wants to be negative, berating, spoiling the fun, and least of all, insulting other people in the community for no reason. So step off it. I'm not letting you bring my mood down today. So, man, I'm riding high. I don't care. Fuck off. Or play ball. Anyway, watching Young Justice. Sorry, actually, skip that one. What made you fan casting rumors of Joe Keery making the rounds as Johnny Storm? I don't know. I can't see that. It would be fun. I think he'd probably do great, but I don't know. I don't vibe with it all that much. I love Joe Keery, but I don't think that's a great pairing. I'm sure there's probably another Marvel casting that would probably be better suited for him, though I can't think of one right now. But Johnny Storm definitely doesn't give me Joe Keery vibes, actually. So I don't know. That's my vibe on it, but you know, everybody's got their own tastes. I'm watching Young Justice while on the stream. Hell yeah. Let's see. Seems like the Flash has realized that apart from Zoom, Reverse Flash is really the only villain people have really liked. Pretty much. I don't know if that's the case. It's just the Reverse Flash, Eobard Thawne, is his Joker. So it only really makes sense to kind of keep him coming back. He's the rival, the pinnacle villain of the Flash, even in the comics. Like, it never goes above and beyond Reverse Flash. That's the end all be all. If it were to ever end, it would be in a final conflict with that character. And season 8 was, by all intents and purposes, when they were writing it, supposed to be the last season. They didn't know they were going to season 9. That's why they brought it back and made it about him again. Even though I think had that gone out and had that been the final episode of the show, it would have been a little disappointing, I think, for me in that arc. But yeah, I don't know. They really undercut Godspeed and could have done something really cool with him and that character. And maybe that could have went in a direction that would have been pretty interesting and maybe even rivaled Reverse Flash or Zoom. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to just kind of keep guessing. Dylan O is actually a really good actor, and I'm hoping he gets more and more higher paid roles. So far, the only thing I've seen him in has been The Maze Runner, and I think he was good in it. He was good in it. So I can't really speak overall for his whole career based on one role. But yeah, I know a lot of people love him. A lot of people are supporting him. So yeah, sure, why not? I'd love to get to know him more intimately in some other projects. Next week, Friday, is going to be a great day for both Prey and Sandman coming out. Yes, indeed. It's also going to be a busy weekend. Let's see. For those exact reasons. Theory, Black Panther's suit is going to be passed around like a hot potato until the next true defender of Wakanda is found. We've been warned by a number of people. Think Mystery of the Batwoman. Ooh, that is interesting. That could be interesting. I like that thought. I like that theory. What's up, Bonnie? Which Phase 5 movie and am I most excited for? Phase 5. Let me pull up the lineup for Phase 5 because I don't remember just right off the top of my head. Movie. Favorite, the movie I'm looking forward to the most. So at this point, after the little tease we got, probably Quantumania, because I think that was going to be maybe middle of my ranking, maybe even lower than that, up until that trailer description that went out. Other than that, probably Guardians, because I'm really curious to see how they're going to bring it to an end. Oh, whoa. I just got a notification. It's like, you can insert an ad here if you want. So they... Oh, okay. I guess we got more Twitch features that YouTube has incorporated. I guess it was one to let me know if I wanted to do that. I do not. But thank you. Apparently Flash Season 9 will, with the amount of shooting days, has about 13 episodes. It's only ordered episodes. With the additional, it would be 17. Could be because Canada Graphs said that Zaslav said to cut corners anyhow. Could be. If they bring it down a few episodes, that might, I don't know, it might be a little bit smoother sailing. I want them to reduce the season count anyway. So hopefully, maybe that works in the long run. What projects do we think Kate Bishop will show up in? And I think she could show up in Daredevil for some Fisk stuff. I think in the comics, she also had a private investigator, so maybe Jessica Jones. Maybe. I mean, that might be a good place to show up. Thunderbolts could be a good place to show up. Echo, maybe? I mean, they have history right now at the moment, though, with the 6-episode order for that, and Daredevil and D'Onofrio both being in there, I'm not sure fitting or cramming her in would be beneficial in the long run, but I think that would be out of the Phase 5 lineup, out of the announced lineups, that's not the Avengers films. I think those are probably the places that make the most sense. Maybe Ironheart? Just kind of looking at it. Ironheart and Secret Invasion, I think, might also be some good spots. Any of the ground level, more... the stuff I would expect to maybe see Hawkeye in, I would imagine she might pop up in. With her being specifically a little bit geared more younger, probably Ironheart. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Wait and see. It's hard coming up with super team names. I need ideas. Guys, helping out with super team name ideas. The Flash movie is cursed to fail. Don't know if it'll fail, but it definitely has a huge marketing problem right now. Watching the Terminator and Terminator 2 today. For the first time? Or just for fun today? Both are great. I I have a soft spot for T2. I definitely think that's my favorite out of the two. We could watch it this weekend or something. Super Pets? Or something else. X-Men Evolution, I think Xavier wiped the minds of people to hide mutants' existence, but then it became worldwide, so he couldn't do something. I don't know if I got that far in Evolution. I remember watching that growing up, but I don't remember too much about it. Can you do a reaction to National Treasure's Edge of History trailer? I'll be honest, I don't care at all about a National Treasure sequel or a National Treasure series. And so I don't know. When I saw that dropped, I just don't have an interest in it. Maybe I will if I don't have anything to do or I'm feeling bored. But right now, that's just kind of where I'm at. Again, Canograph said the WB has a unique situation with 11 months of post-production. That's not that unique. Even he estimated that reshoot should cost around 25 to 35 million. That will certainly save their image. It's still... That's the thing, though. With Ezra, he has to shoot scenes against himself, too. So if you replace Ezra, you have to redouble every angle of that shot. It's not simple reshoots. This is more than that Tig Notaro replacement in... what was that movie? Army of the Dead. Like, this is more than that. I don't know. That's still a lot. On top of getting all the production back together, on top of redoing the VFX, to relighting all the scenes, and then hiring a new actor and paying that actor, and they're still contractually obligated to pay Ezra. I don't know, man. That, depending on who they get, that could still balloon well beyond that. That math doesn't seem right to me, but I'm no expert. I wasn't sure about the direction I would go for my team, but I like how 87% of it came out. That's awesome. My theory is that Doom kills Kang at the end of Kang Dynasty and is the main villain of Secret Wars. That would be dope as fuck. Hope Stargirl gets more seasons after the third. I hope so, but we'll see, man. DC is on shaky ground right now. That's for sure. The guy who played Henry on Stargirl is in National Treasure's Edge of History. Cool. Finally got to see Thor Love and Thunder. It was fine. I had my comedy defenses up, as you and my buds had warned me about it, but I don't like comedy Thor. I managed. I loved the Jane stuff. Jane stuff was some of my favorite stuff in the entire movie. I'm glad it didn't bring you down all that much. That's good, at least. My running theory about the X-Men is that they will show up on their own Earth first. Secret Wars will merge their world with 616. It's more than likely what is going to happen, because that's what happened with Miles. That's what happened with a lot of things at the end of Secret Wars, is they just got merged before the Ultimate Universe got restored, and then they went back to it. There was a lot of alt-Earth refugees on 616 after Secret Wars, so that very well could be kind of what they're going up against there. What's up, Mary B? Welcome. Do you think the ending of Earth Prime Comics crossover with Oliver returning is setting something up for Season 9? Honestly, I felt like it was probably setting up for another comic crossover. Because unless this is working into their plans for what they want to do in Season 9, I don't know how they could kind of bring that around. But who knows? I thought it was setting up something they were going to do for the comics again. 5. Klaus, Diego, and Vanya are my favorites. See, a lot of people say Diego's their favorite. And I know I'm just 2 episodes in, but right now, it's definitely not setting me up to like him just yet. But I feel like there's an arc there and a misunderstanding we don't have yet. But guys, no spoilers. I'm watching it, so I've just got my guard up at the moment with good old Diego. Vanya too. Vanya was my favorite too, probably because of that outsider underdog syndrome. Yeah, man, I just really relate with that character right now. Would Rhodey be a part of the Avengers A-Team now that Tony's gone, or would he still be a part of B-Team since he's still part of the military? I would probably say A-Team now. I'd probably go with A-Team. Predator, yep. I called that out before I could actually get to it. I saw that on the main up-to-date chat. Predator 2, definitely underrated. Donald Glover does a phenomenal job in that movie. I like all the Loki stuff in Dark World, so I don't hate on that film. I'm biased. Oh no, the Loki stuff was great. The Loki stuff was great in that film. I thought it's just all the other stuff I wasn't too into. Mother of Dakota Irons hates WB protecting and alleging. What the fuck is this? Oh, alleged child groomer now is apparently now going to court to stop the release of the Flash movie, saying WB has no shame that they are protecting him. Well, good luck fighting that fight, but I get the stance that they're taking there, but it's just one of those situations where anybody kind of going up against WB right now is a little struck. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, I don't understand why WB is so on guard when it comes to Ezra. Would I have been disappointed if Toby and Andrew didn't show up in No Way Home? No, not necessarily. Maybe a little, but yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't have hurt the film, but the way they did it was just so well done that I loved how it came out. But I'm sure there was a way they could have done that and landed the plane without needing them. Like, there would always have been a little mild disappointment. If we saw their villains and we saw the multiverse, but they didn't come through, there would be a mild bit of disappointment, but I don't think I would have lost my enjoyment of the film at all. I'm interested to see how the DCEU handles the JSA lore. Me too. Me too. I'm Team Predator 2. Hell yeah. I won't spoil it if you haven't seen it, but the cameos in Paws of Fury are funny. Yeah, I have no plans on seeing Paws of Fury. Let's see. All right. I saw Crashing's post got flagged for me to review. Said not to read it out loud, so I won't. But yeah, thanks for stopping in. Have fun, man. Appreciate it. Just rewatched Eternals 2 days ago. Love that movie so much. I don't get the hate, to be honest. I think we've talked about this a few times, but yeah, I definitely agree. You ever being rude you have to be when can be mates and just join or talk with on me or get out? Fair enough. I prefer Dacre as Johnny. That could be a good one. I was happily surprised to see him pop up in the Elvis movie. Thought he did a great job there. Maybe Dacre as Johnny. That's another Dacre. Vanya as your favorite is a shock, but I totally get it. Klaus was my favorite from the get-go. I love the comedy and humor, but Klaus, you'll learn, has the most tragic story, and he is the most complex character. Oh, I kind of get that vibe, and I already talk about just how kind of fucked up his power is, and living like that's gotta not be pretty chill at all. So I imagine behind all of that gravitas and that air is probably a sad kid. Do you think we will see Doctor Doom be played from a Romani actor in the MCU? Maybe not. I don't know. Possibly. Yeah, Klaus has a great arc in season 1. I'll keep my eyes peeled for it. It's a little difficult writing characters you have problems that you don't. Yeah. I'm excited for Marvel Phase 5 and 6, though, with more and more VFX artists saying that Marvel is a VFX bully with shorter and shorter deadlines given... Ow, freak my knee. Ow. Given, do you think that they should delay projects to give them time? Probably not. To be honest, there's a whole... It's not just Marvel. They're just the easy target right now. John Campea had a little piece that really went into this quite well. It's just the nature of VFX in the industry as a whole. Marvel is just the easy punching bag because they have so many projects that they're offering up. They're the biggest VFX requester right now. But this behavior, this culture that is developed with studios and their interactions with their VFX teams is something that's been plaguing the industry for well longer than the MCUs have been even around. It's there's some part of that culture and that way that these VFX studios are preyed upon by the studios that needs to change. And maybe with Marvel being the easy big old target, because they are the broadside of the barn right now when it comes to VFX work, that if any change can happen, it's going to be whatever that they have to do in response to this negative press about it. Because more and more stuff comes out from these things. And we've seen like VFX artists talking about how crazy it is for work for Marvel and that they want to find work elsewhere or whatever. And they, I mean, it's going to be the same no matter what you do, unless it's just a really small project. It's just the unfortunate nature of the business today. I feel like sometimes the no killing rule superheroes have should be broken at some points. I agree in specific situations, I think. I'm hoping Captain Marvel will be the new Avengers films. Oh, for sure. For sure, she's definitely going to be. Where's my glass of wine? I actually don't have wine today. It's whiskey. It's an alcohol. It's fine. Jumping on 3 streams. Hell yeah. What if Savitar returns to Flash Season 9 telling Barry, do you miss me? I would wonder if, like, I mean, I know that timeline's been erased. But what if we see Barry create the Savitar that gave him hell in the past? It would be kind of interesting. I definitely like Doctor Strange Madness better now that the Thor movie, better than the new Thor movie. Like the second Thor better than the third because the villain was better. That's fair enough. You should check out Dylan O'Brien in Teen Wolf. Amazing is an understatement. And isn't Tyler Hoechlin also in Teen Wolf? Or am I mixing that up? Past Us. Aquaman and Hawkeye suck. Marvel and DC hold my beer. That is true, though I've never been one of those guys that clowned on Aquaman growing up. I always kind of... I did when I was a kid, when all I knew was Super Friends. But... you know, as I got older, a lot of the Justice League cartoons and stuff like that really turned my perspective around on Aquaman. So long before Jason Momoa was cast as Aquaman, I had respect on Aquaman's name. Hawkeye, on the other hand, not so much until here recently. Omni with Daredevil Born Again being reboot continuation. What differences and similarities could there be between the characters since Daredevil Season 3? I really don't know. I really don't know. Because the way they've been selling it is that this is a continuation. Not necessarily a reboot. Maybe just like a thematic reboot. Since we're revisiting this character almost a decade after the events of Season 3. So he's obviously not going to be in the same situation. He was obviously not going to be the same person wholly that he was at that point. A lot of things in the world has changed around him, so I'm very curious to see what happens with that. But I have no guesses on how that's going to go, especially depending, because we don't know if he was blipped, we don't know if Kingpin was blipped, we don't know how the events of this world has affected their lives just yet. So there's a lot of pieces of the puzzle we need to know first. I'm really hoping we can get other villains beside Kingpin and Daredevil Born Again, like Bullseye's Return, Leland Owsley, and a Typhoid Mary. That would be cool. What characters do I want to see on the next season of Superman and Lois? Lex, I would love to see, reprised by John Cryer, unless they can bring in just like somebody that has some more of that gravitas. That would be cool. Even better if they could somehow get Michael Rosenbaum involved. But, other than that, I would really love to see, because they set it up in the Earth Prime comic, I would love to see Lobo pop up. My favorite villain is Xanatos, but I don't like Luthor. Character archetypes don't always translate well, so some people love Joker, but not his villain mirrors. That is true. That is true. Kate seems flexible. She could show up on any street level show and blend in. Agreed. That's kind of what I was getting at. Wait, if Toby webs go out of him, do they dissolve or are they just webs all over the city? This is also something that's addressed in the comics. They degrade after a certain amount of time. I think it's like 24 hours. They will start to dissolve after 24 hours or something like that. There's a time frame that they stay solid, and eventually they just whittle away and deteriorate, so that the city's not just decked out like a Spirit Halloween. I'm watching The Walking Dead for the first time at the end of season 4. I've been spoiled for stuff over the years, but this is still a great show. Who's my favorite character? Early on, it was Daryl. For a long, long time. Right now, surprisingly enough, it's Negan. I also have a huge love for Rick, for sure. But Daryl was always my go-to until I'd say like the maybe seasons 8 onward, where I feel like they didn't necessarily know what to do with Daryl. And then that's kind of where some things shifted around. Super Friends is already taken, actually. So you should watch Love and Monsters on Netflix. It's a movie starring Dylan O'Brien. Has 94% critic score and an 89% rating on Rotten Tomatoes for the audience. I'll have to look into that. Is Justice Force taken? I don't think so. Does not ring a bell to me. I feel like WB is waiting for Ezra Miller controversy to die down before they release the Flash movie. Could be. Still not a good plan. I second Love and Monsters. Nice. Okay. I'll look into it. Will I react to more pitch meetings? I do when it's for something I'm in the mood to check out. A lot of my reactions, if it's not a trailer, is usually just, am I feeling like I'm in the mood for it? So, yeah, I'm sure some will be around the corner whenever one strikes an eye that I feel like checking out. Super teams should be narratively or thematically important names. If we can't defend the Earth, the least we can do is avenge it. That is true. I'm really hoping we see the return of Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Colleen Wing, The Punisher, and Elektra Born Again, since it has 18 episodes. Yeah, I would hope so too. Fact, years ago, Nick Cage was going to play live-action Superman. That's why he's in Teen Titans. No movie. Yeah, that new movie never got made, and I've been struggling. I've been wanting to see the documentary that was made about that movie that got scrapped, and I just can't get my hands on it, man. There are 2 new Stranger Things videos on YouTube. One of them is a friendship test, and the other is Stranger Things reacting to Volume 2. Am I going to react to them? Well, I've watched the Stranger Things cast reacting to Volume 2 already myself, and that is just a clip from the long episode that they released that was showing behind the scenes stuff. The friendship test, I don't know. I've seen the first one that everybody keeps asking me to watch. I had already seen it myself for Millie and Noah. Yeah, I still get that request all the time, but I've already seen that one. I didn't react to it, but I've already seen it. And it was okay. It was alright. It didn't get much of a reaction out of me, if that's a lot of people were expecting, though. Are we going to get a lot of Daredevil with She-Hulk echoed? We are going to get, that wasn't a question. We are getting a lot of Daredevil with She-Hulk echoed, Daredevil Born Again, and voicing the character in Spider-Man freshman year. Plus, it all started with him being Matt Murdock in No Way Home. Yeah, man. He's becoming our Rosario Dawson. He's becoming our Phil Coulson. He's the guy that we're going to be seeing a lot of here lately. Don't know if you're interested, but Lego Star Wars Summer Vacation is dropping on Disney Plus, I think next Friday. I think the last Lego Star Wars thing I watched was the Christmas special they did. I don't know. If I'm in the mood for it, I'll check it out, but I'm not jumping at the bit for a Lego content. Right now, at least. I wanted the audience to relate to some of the characters, so one hero is just a guy. Fair enough. What's up, Sketch? Because my exams have ended, I recently started watching Game of Thrones and finished The Reigns of Castamere. The Boys is disturbing, but man, they will never come close to what Reigns of Castamere did. Yeah. He has no weapons. Just a guy. Interesting, okay. If mutants don't get announced during D23, I'm going to be like, fuck it. Just forget it. We'll see, man. We'll see. They could put out the Flash movie expecting it to fail, but not putting a lot of money into the advertising merchandising for it, just like expecting it to be dead on arrival. Kind of what they did with the Snyder Cut. Exactly. No marketing at all. Just kind of threw it out. And even they tried to bury it even after it was out. I think you will see Fantastic Four Quantumania in a post-credit scene where they have been trapped in the quantum realm or negative zone. That's not a bad thought or theory. It kind of goes in line with what I was saying in the live stream yesterday. Somewhat. I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped the Flash movie on HBO instead of theatrical released. I also would not be too surprised by that right now, though they would take a huge financial loss. I mean, really right now, no matter what they do. And who knows, maybe the bad press will get people curious about the film. Who knows? This could blow up. I don't know, but I don't expect it to. Batman the Animated... Wait, Batman Brave and the Bold and Arrowverse really introduces so many DC characters only comic nerds know. Yeah, you're right. I haven't seen that much Brave and the Bold, but it definitely does have Batman dabble with a lot of people you wouldn't normally interact with in a mainstream. My theory. Being the Marvels, Captain Marvel finds Miss Marvel and see her in a different Earth where there was no Captain Marvel or Avengers. Could be. That'd be interesting. I think we'll see the returns of Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., ScarJo, Hugh Jackman, Toby, Andrew, and Secret Wars as cameos. As variants, too, possibly. That's very likely. I read a comic where Miles Morales became Wolverine, Captain America, and Hulk. That's interesting. I have no idea about that one. There will be a Game of Thrones reunion in The Sandman with Gwendolyn Christie and Charles Dance, both in the show. Well, depends on if they have any scenes together. But yeah, having them both in there is going to be kind of fun. I kind of felt that way when I was watching The Eternals, when we got Richard Madden and we had a little Stark reunion with Richard Madden and Kit Harington. I think what hurt the Eternals was them staying removed as bad things happen. I think the X-Men, it has to be their own world that gets merged. None of them lifting a hand all these years doesn't sit well with me. That is very, very true. Very true. If you won't watch it, then I can spoil Paws of Fury. Well, I wouldn't spoil it, and who knows, by the time I'm getting this, maybe you already have, but I wouldn't, just in case anybody else in here has an interest in seeing it. So, try not to. What did I think of Nope? Well, what did you think of my review of Nope? I get a little snarky, though, sometimes. I don't know if that's, chill or not. Whenever somebody's, asked my opinion in a live stream about something I reviewed, I'm just like, see video. Nah, I liked it. I really, really liked it. I really did. It was beautiful. It was a lot of fun, and it had me scratching my head well after I got out of the theater. So definitely enjoyed it. Hear me out. Bryan Cranston as Doom. Kang Dynasty. They go against him with Kang variant introduced in the Fantastic Four and Secret Wars, and they fight Kang Prime. I mean, he could be the voice of Doom, but I don't know about casting him just to actually play Doom. I don't know. I'm open to it. I love Bryan Cranston, man. It just kind of depends on what they plan on doing with the Fantastic Four and Doom. I just ordered the Eternals figures, but I don't have Druig or Phastos. Kind of upset. I'm currently watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm currently on Season 3. You've made it farther than I have. Pine as a bard makes me lol so hard after Mamma Mia 2 and Into the Woods. I haven't seen either Mamma Mia's, and was he in Into the Woods? I barely remember that movie. And I saw it in theaters. Yeah, he was. I don't remember him at all. I don't understand people fan casting Doom. You can't even see his face. So basically, is he fan casting a voice role like Thanos? Kinda. Though, with Thanos, you can see Josh Brolin's face in Thanos, I think. But, yeah, I mean, it is kind of like fan casting a voice. You think we'll see Spider-Man in Fantastic Four movie? I highly, highly doubt it. But, what a voice. That he does have a damn good voice. Star Wars and Disney as a whole is huge with VFX. It's because they're not union, unlike every other industry cog. It's fair. That is a big problem as well. Hopper and Mando will be in a limited series together on HBO called Mr. Dentist Murder Trial. Pedro will be playing the dentist. Don't know about David, though. They will both be producing it. I saw that. Two of my favorite TV daddies hanging out together. We just need, I was talking to my girlfriend about that as a little while ago. I think just yesterday, actually. It was like, they need to find a way to squeeze Oscar Isaacs in there and we'll have a good old time. I think Dr. Doom is behind the attack of Wakanda and Atlantis, where Doom could have a long interest in Wakanda's resources. I've seen that theory quite a lot, actually. My man Omni got that whiskey today. Yes, I do. I do love this whiskey now. Yes, he is. This was in reference to my Tyler Hecklin comments. Yep, Tyler's in Teen Wolf. I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out one of these days. Yep, Tyler's in Teen Wolf. You drinking the hard stuff? Yes. Yes, Tyler's in Teen Wolf. Is in the Teen Wolf movie. He's also coming back for the reunion, where he joked that despite not being a father, he surprisingly has a lot of fake kids at this point. That is true. Whiskey, me here with a natty light. Lesai. I hope we can see Namor simping for Sue Storm in the future. I remember the episode of F4 Animation where he pulled up 365 days on her. That's hilarious. In the Young Avengers comics, we had Iron Lad doing all he could to stop himself from becoming Kang. Would be cool to see a young actor mirroring Jonathan Majors. That would be interesting. Yeah, I forgot about that. That would be cool. That would be cool. There's also always been a disconnect in the studios. The cast are treated like kings by the producers, directors, and executives. Meanwhile, they treat the crew like dirt because they can be replaced easier. That's also a huge theme in Nope. There's a lot of love that goes out to film crews in the story of that film that I really, really liked how they brought that in and incorporated it. That issue with the CGI teams thing is also a video game thing. Those people work in shitty conditions. Very true. Very true. The video game industry also very, very ripe with that stuff. Imagine Spider-Man pop up everywhere in Phase 5. That would be kind of cool, but that's really something up to Sony and whatever they can agree upon with Feige right now. Because right now they are ignoring Feige quite frequently. And he's reportedly very frustrated with all of it. How would I have structured the DCEU lineup after Man of Steel? I probably, because it was so soon after The Dark Knight, have held off on the introduction of Batman. Probably would have started with Superman. Maybe would have went into Wonder Woman, set up that on its own. And then Flash and Aquaman definitely would have had a movie before the team up. And then Batman, I think we know Batman enough that maybe we could have just introduced Batman, maybe had teases of him in each of the films up until that point, and maybe have introduced him as the last member to join the Justice League in Justice League. I don't know. That's just me thinking off the top of my head right now, but feel free to rework that as you will. I made a Superman evil, but not like Homelander. Fair enough. When do you think Stranger Things 5 will be released? Like in which month? April? Maybe same as it did this time around. Maybe, but 2024, 2025, maybe. Saw your reaction to the Shazam Fury of Gods, and its surprise guest appearance by Annabelle the doll. What was my flawless reaction to Annabelle? Oh, I was just smiling because it's not the first time Annabelle's been in the DCEU. It's the third time Annabelle has popped up in the DCEU so far. Secret Warriors were brought together for a reason. Let's call them in. I personally think it's time for VFX houses to go on strike. It's the only way I see them actually getting any change. If they stop working on the big franchise, the studios would take notice. I agree. I don't know how else you would get anything done right now. Recently got into Smallville, and it's my favorite superhero show of all time. If you want something fun to do, you can watch Talkville with Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling, where they are each week going through and talking about every episode of Smallville right now. They're on episode 3 currently of the first season. So they're, as long as they keep viewership going, this will be a long-running series. Definitely recommend checking that out. But Smallville's good. Smallville's fun. I think it has the same pitfalls that every other TV show, broadcast TV superhero show has had as well. But yeah, it does have a huge charm, and the existence of the Arrowverse just as a whole owes a lot to Smallville. I already put Easter eggs for my version of the Suicide Squad. Hell yeah. Is some what Super Friends taken? Well, DC has a Super Friends. I feel like the DCEU doesn't really have a plan. It's just trying to compete with the MCU, but has too many behind-the-scenes problems. Yup. I started Paper Girls on Amazon Prime. Seems good from the episode I've watched. I didn't even hear about this show until it came out. I was reading a little bit about it. Don't know if it's something I'd be interested in, but I'll kind of keep an eye on it and see what the overall word of mouth is on it. Who knows, maybe it'll be something we check out later down the line. DCU just needs to find a good structure that works for them. I agree. I love that we have a range of fantasy films and series, from fun to serious. D&D, Honor Among Thieves, Willow, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, and House of the Dragon. Yeah, man. Over the next few months to year, fantasy fans are eating good. Or eating pretty good. Jamie and Loki agree Smallville is one of the shows that gave the CW and DVD confidence to invest in lesser-known comic characters. Thus, the Arrowverse was born. Literally just watched it. So good so far. There's a lot of replies going on here. The DCEU died with Justice League. Pretty much. But it's been limping along with some good releases here and there, like Joker, Aquaman, Shazam. It's limping along. It's on life support right now. And then the Batman. But then again, the Joker and the Batman aren't DCEU. They're their own thing, so. The people on my team who have powers is Lightning and a guy who talks to dogs, shrinking and shapeshifting. Interesting. Nice. Batfleck is reportedly, unconfirmed, but reportedly back to do some reshoots and some scenes for Aquaman 2. Thoughts on Lady Gaga potentially playing Harley Quinn in Joker 2? Totally down for that. Totally down for that. Especially considering they're talking about it being a musical. And I am, as far as music goes, a Lady Gaga kind of guy. Rosario Dawson's character effed everybody in the Defenders universe. Everybody except for Iron Fist. And Jessica. She didn't bang Jessica. So, by everybody, really just Luke Cage and, Daredevil, right? So, half the Defenders. Stop motion I do is Lego. Hell yeah. I know it's been rumored Anthony Starr as Dracula and Blade would be a great casting choice. Anthony Starr just needs to be in more shit. He's just too good. Too good. I need to have patience. Mutants is going to come. It will. It will come with time. And there's a contractual thing they can't do. They can't recast anybody that Fox had in their roles until after 2025. So that's one of the reasons why we haven't seen any recasts for any Fox characters, because of that contract. And hell, that might even be why Evan Peters was Pietro in WandaVision and not Aaron Taylor Johnson, because after the acquisition of Fox, they have to honor those contracts. So those characters, if they have been cast while under Fox, they have to reuse those actors until 2025 if they have any plans to use any of them, which kind of puts a little bit of a hamper on them throughout most of Phase 5 and Phase 6, unless they want to introduce new characters and new mutants. Where did I leave off? There it is. Wong, Daredevil, and Jimmy Woo. All the small bits and all the badassery. Dude, I need more Jimmy Woo in my life, man, for real. 721 frames and only 3 minutes. That is the life of stop motion, man. Wait, did I say comic birds? I did, because I combined the words comic book and comic nerds, and it became comic birds. So Happy Ben is coming back to Batman and Aquaman 2, but I think he's going reshoots to replace Keaton, and or maybe the setup for Crisis and DCEU. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been hearing as well. It's kind of what I've been hearing as well. The Eternals is actually my top 5, in my top 5 MCU movies. I don't understand the hate, to be honest. I'd say it's in my top 15. Top 10, top 15. I have no idea what the rest of Phase 6 projects are. I kind of hope the 2 projects in between the Avengers movies are a Stature solo movie and an animated anthology series about Battleworld. I feel like any of the animated stuff is being not considered part of the main timeline. So, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. My guess is either the mystery Phase 5 film is Deadpool, or one of the Phase 6 films is going to be Deadpool 3. We'll just have to wait and see. Test ratings for The Flash are now saying that Supergirl is replacing Superman and that Affleck is definitely alive, setting up Crisis on Earth. The plot is still a mess, but has some good ideas, but still a mess. Ezra's performance also divided the test audience. Some saying he was absolute best, other than Grant Gust, or better than Grant Gust, and others saying he's an unremarkable performance. I mean, test ratings are test ratings. I don't really give them any thought. I don't care about them. But yeah, people have been talking about those rumors in your part 1 that for over a year now. I did not see Nope. Definitely recommend it. That Bard scene in Nope is his nightmare fuel. That is very, very true. Where do I buy my posters? These all came from Amazon. Same with the frames. Why is the D&D movie the thing I'm most excited for? That is a good question, because for next year, right now, that is the movie I'm looking forward to the most until new things get announced. Keith Richards for the VA of Doctor Doom. That's my fan casting. That would not be a bad one. That would be a good one. Sorry I'm late. I was at Natural History Museum in my hometown. Well, welcome, Stixie. Learning and education, never a bad thing. Saw a reaction to Logan. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed the movie. Part 1. What if Marvel makes everyone a mutant? She-Hulk could have been a genetic mutation. That explains her transformation. We already got the explanation for that in the last trailer. So, no go on that one. But I'd say anybody that's not modified by science or modified by radiation is going to be a mutant, effectively. An enhanced individual. We have a ton of MCU content this year. She-Hulk, I Am Groot, Werewolf by Night, Halloween Special, Black Panther 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. We definitely are going to be eating good throughout the winter and fall times. That is for sure. Peter Parker could have a mutation that explains why he got his powers instead of a spider-ridden disease. People with powers could have... Well, I mean, they already confirmed he got his powers from a spider. So... that's another one knocked out where the universe already explained something you're trying to shake out. Love the antagonist in Nope. The design of it and how it moved was really well done. Gave me the creeps. Agreed. It definitely caught me off guard. There's a lot of pressure on Marvel to make a good Fantastic Four film after the last ones that do so hot. Especially the 2015 film. I'll be honest, I've still never seen the 2015 film. I've never seen Fan4 Stick. Have I seen the channel Gubs? No, I think I've only seen it referenced yesterday and then now today with this comment. Also, for some odd reason, they apparently put Infant by Miller that the test audience say is inappropriate and tasteless, but also borderline with Thor and Love and Thunder humor. Okay. I think at D23 we could get an announcement of the Fantastic Four cast, maybe the director, Wonder Man, Nova, DP, 3 Young Avengers sequels of Shang-Chi, and the Eternals, Doctor Strange 3. I wouldn't get hopes exponentially high for D23. It's only a month away. I don't know. I wouldn't get too overblown for what might be coming out of D23. But then again, we said the same things. We didn't expect nearly as much as we got, even by a fraction, at Comic-Con. Captain Marvel and Photon could be mutants with their origins. Again, they got their powers from another thing. See, these are all. I don't know. Right now, your logic's not matching up with what you're trying to sell. Young Justice really loves faking deaths. Yes, they do. Notice there is something supposed to come out that starts with Phase 6 that isn't Fantastic Four. Look at that lineup. It says Fall 2024. They said Fantastic Four is the first film in Phase 6, which makes me think that Fall 2024 project is probably a Disney Plus series. I agree with you. I'd go Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, then Justice League. Cyborg, if I'm not sure, I'd give him his own movie before introduce him still in Justice League. Fair enough. Because he's always kind of a uniting factor, I think, Cyborg. So I think him being part of it would be fun. Well, I'm jumping off for now. Have a great week. You do the same. Thanks for stopping in. Phase 6, Young Avengers, maybe. One damn time. The one damn time I leave San Diego and miss Comic-Con. What a damn. What a damn. Affleck's Batman kind of works better as the Batman being in cameos and team-up films, while Pattinson works as having his own trilogy. True. We got Busy in the chat. What's up, Busy Braun? Check him out on his TikToks. He does some funny shit. And his reaction channel, man. Love Busy. My theory on Captain America 4, John Walker being a villain again, and his team, the Thunderbolts, before having their movie. Sam can't take them all by himself, but he finds a new team of Avengers. With what they've said about the Thunderbolts, I don't know that matches up, but that would be interesting. You ever seen The Wolverine? Not Origins Wolverine or Logan, but the Wolverine 2013. It's okay. I have not. That's the only Marvel movie I haven't seen right now. That and Elektra are the only Marvel movies I've never seen. How fast do you think they're going to pull Gotham Knights from WB? No idea. I don't imagine it'll take long, though. Don't mind Grant Gustin being a new Flash, but he needs to tighten up his acting skills. Seriously. What? Dude, Grant Gustin is like a phenomenal actor. Thing is, I think he's just kind of checked out in recent years. But he's really good. Surprisingly good. At times. Definitely better than Ezra, in my opinion, as an actor. But we'll see. We shall see. But that's my stance. Spider Guy, Death Fronts, Johnny Scar, Portal, and DR. It's my made-up Suicide Squad so far. Hell yeah. Does the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special technically count as part of Phase 5, or is it in a gray area? I have no clue. I have no clue. Could Richard Madden make a good Superman? Oh, I think so. I think he for sure could. Andy Starr already has the teeth for Dracula. Every time he smiles, all I can see is very pointy eye teeth. Yeah. Man, I'm still kind of like upset with my dentist. Like back in the day when I was growing up, I had some really very pronounced canines, and they obviously, being a kid, I didn't have any say in the matter. While I was getting like fillings and stuff, they filed them all down. I still have one that's pretty pointy, but they're a fraction of their true glory. Ideal scenario for DC EU is WBD Lets these few projects of the current DCEU fizzle out. Alongside that, they create the DC studios that will start producing new slate DC projects. What are my top 3 fandoms that are not comic book related? Star Wars. I'm trying to think. Are we like talking like the big ones or just any fandom altogether? Yeah. It definitely is going to be Kingdom Hearts, Star Wars. I mean, if we're talking films or just any fandom in general, if we're open to the whole spectrum, it's going to be Kingdom Hearts, Star Wars, and probably X-Files. Andy Starr gotta be the Reverse Flash, please. I've been saying that for a long time. I think he would be a perfect Eobard Thawne. I think the flying things from She-Hulk feature were those little soul suckers from Shang-Chi's final battle. They looked like them. I noticed that you asked that. I think they're similar, but they are not the same creature. Their faces, their heads are different, and they don't have the little tendrils at the bottom. They have feet. So I think they're probably from the same realm, a similar one, but I don't know. We'll see. Matt Reeves' Batman under DC Studios hired Greg Berlanti as the president of DC Studios, and starting with the Batman 2, start building up a new DCEU. I think that could work out. I think Greg needs a lot of more credit than he gets. He did a lot of really strong work with so many constraints. Thanks for mentioning Talkville with Wellington Rosenbaum. I had no idea that podcast existed. Going to go check it out now. Go check out. You can watch it on all the podcast places. You can also watch them talk about it on the Talkville YouTube channel. And I still highly, again, recommend Michael Rosenbaum's podcast and YouTube channel, Inside of You, with Michael Rosenbaum. Liev Schreiber as Billy Butcher and Michael Cera as Huey. That's not a bad combo if there was like an alt casting of those characters. Did I watch Batman Soul of the Dragon? I did. I actually have a watch along reaction on Patreon and YouTube. Access my reaction stuff for that everybody can check out. Otherwise, there's a review for it on the channel. They didn't use any X-Men from the previous 6 Fox movies who would be the go-to mutants to go to. They'd have to be deep cuts for sure. Yeah, anybody they have not cast previously, which does leave quite a lot off of the board. So, I don't know. A lot of the ones I can think of, they've already used. I don't think we've seen Morph. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Who's more righteous, Superman or Captain America? I'd probably say Superman. Is the tongue a muscle or an organ? I thought it was a muscle. Saw a leak of Guardians of the Galaxy and Ant-Man on YouTube. Looks hella good. I still have not watched it. I've read the descriptions because those were made public. But, yeah, I have not watched anything else. Somebody mentioned Gambit. Haven't got to it yet, but somebody did just mention Gambit. Gambit was in X-Men Wolverine Origins. So he would fall into somebody they've already used. Fold Joker 2, Superman, Lois, Stargirl under a sub-label of DC called Elseworld Studios. That would be cool. Marvel making everyone a mutant would be so boring. I agree. 100%. I definitely agree with that. I think Daredevil when wearing the red and yellow suit in the She-Hulk series because Bullseye wore the Daredevil old suit back in season 3. That's actually a good in-world explanation as to why he maybe got a different suit. I didn't think about that. I didn't even remember that. I completely forgot that people might have a tainted view of Daredevil if he's not able to publicly steer away from what his reputation, the hit that his reputation took while that was going on. Yeah, that's a good thought. That's a good one. Thanks for that catch, man. That could be very well part of it. I was on the second stream. I was on as Batman Arkham Origins. Not a bad game. Fan 4 sticks. I'm trying a new Bangle triggered. I'm trying to say how the Bangle triggered Kamala's powers or something could trigger other people's mutants' abilities. I guess, but I don't think we need to make everybody a mutant. Thor, like, Thor, Love, and what? I think maybe your auto correct really screwed you over right now. Thor, Love, and Thunder could have been better than Thor Ragnarok. Rags or Rocks. I love it. But it wasn't. A lot of fans are casting Cillian Murphy on Doctor Doom. Thoughts? He would be fantastic. He'd be fantastic. Who would win, Daredevil or Magneto? Magneto, probably. What's up, Busy? I know I already called you out earlier, but I don't know if you're still in here, but hell yeah, man. Welcome, buddy. Hope you're having a good weekend. What event should wrap up the entire Arrowverse? I would love to see... I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know what they could pull off that could wrap it up. A rebirth? I don't fucking know. I really don't know. How'd you feel about Iron Fist, redeeming Iron Fist through MCU Heroes for Hire show? I would totally be down for that. I would totally be okay with that. I didn't hate Finn Jones's Danny Rand. He was just easily the weakest idea-wise and execution-wise of the entire Defenders lineup. I don't think that's all his fault. They just rushed that whole thing. So from what I know of the comics, the Kang Dynasty is a bunch of Kangs like in a coliseum, all conversing about their own universes. Pretty much. It's a fair description. If Black Bolt snores, Medusa is in trouble. I'm excited for a potential DCEU Crisis on Infinite Earths, hoping they do it right. Well, we got a lot going on right now. I call bullshit that Marvel didn't at least think about releasing the Fantastic Four on April 4th, 2004, and calling it Fourth Tries the Charm. That's just no. What about Giancarlo Esposito as the VA fan cast as Doctor Doom? However, there were some rumors of him being in talks to play Professor X. I also saw, I don't know if this was fan casting, but there was also a rumor maybe a year or two ago about him playing Magneto as the MCU's Magneto. It's just rumors, but that'd be a great casting choice. Oh, I'd love put him in anything, dude. Giancarlo Esposito, brilliant. His voice, his performances, they kill. But I would like to break type and have him not play a villain again, to be honest. He's one of those people that after playing Gus Fring in Breaking Bad is only playing villains, man. It sucks. Or people of questionable integrity or alignment. Got a lot of love for Busy in here. Wanda Whatmouth Deadpool in X-Men Origins. Banshee from the X-Men First Class versus Black Bolt versus Shriek from Venom. Black Bolt would destroy all of them. Grant Gustin looks tired in a lot of Flash episodes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he does. Noticeably so. And I've even commented on it here and there in some of the episodes. A lot of the cast, not all of them, but a lot of the main cast really look like they are done with this show. Like, there's only a few scenes here and there sprinkled throughout this last season where I felt like they were really trying to give a performance, you know? Larry's father had 5 kids. Their names were 10, 20, 30, 40, and the kid's last name. What? I just saw Harley Quinn, episode 3. I had to rewatch it to see all of the villains. I still have not done that, actually. There was a lot in there. Some people may disagree, but I would love Tyler Hoechlin as the new Superman. He is seriously talented, and I dare say the most talented of the Arrowverse. Yeah, I won't say nay to that. I love his Superman and his take on it and his personality of it. Most talented in the Arrowverse? Questionable. But him and Benzie are very much heavy hitters. Andy Starr is Zod, Richard Madden is Superman going at it. I'd watch. Hell yeah. I hate the dentist. I don't care if it's important. I hate it. Always get gums cut an inch under the teeth. Oh. Oh. Thoughts on them having done a Disney series on Jane Foster during her 6 months as Thor before the events of Love and Thunder. Oh, that would be kind of cool. I would like to see that. I really would have liked more time with Jane Foster in Thor Love and Thunder. So I would be totally okay with seeing more of that. I think the new leader of the new Avengers will be Captain America or Captain Marvel. I think it's probably going to be Carol, so Captain Marvel's probably going to be the one leading the Avengers, if I had my guess. Why did I like Morbius more than Batman? Probably because memes, and probably because you're quite clearly a lot younger than some of us. I don't know. Or your tastes are just different. I don't want to belittle anybody. No, people like what they like. I know a lot of people that didn't like the Batman too. It's too hyper serious for some people. So it is what it is, man. Don't want to put anyone down. Is Soldier Boy's suit green? I think so. I believe so. It looked green to me. Since Superman and Lois is separate from the Arrowverse and are possibly a new universe, do you think they will recast characters? Probably not. I think if we see any characters we've seen before, maybe some will be recast, but I think if we see any of the major players, they might try to reuse people. My fan cast of Doctor Doom would be Nikolai Coster-Waldau. I think that would be great. He's also another good one. He could also potentially be a pretty good Reverse Flash. Recently watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990 movie after 7 years, and it was a fantastic movie. Have I ever seen it? Hell yeah, man. I had the OG VHS of that movie, and I watched it and Secrets of the Ooze and Turtles 3 so often. And I think the most recently I watched the 91 last year. I think that movie holds up still. It is leagues better than, obviously, the dated tech and some of the dated references and stuff like that aside, way much better of a structured movie than the Michael Bay Turtles films. I simp for that movie, man. It's so good. The Jim Henson suits look thousands of times better than any of that CGI shit we've seen lately for that. We got another Turtles movie series coming sometime soon. If I remember right, Seth Rogen's one of the producers on it, so I'm curious to see how that goes, because everything he's produced in the last couple years has been pretty strong. Invincible's one of them. So yeah, I'm all up for it. Avengers 5 and Marvel's Theory, America meets Captain America before meets Captain Carter. Captain Marvel meet Miss Marvel. What? What is that sentence? I'm sorry. I need that restructured and with some punctuations. Shh, no bots. Begone, bots. I blocked the bots. You think they might flood the Phase 6 slots with mutant-leaning films to ramp up the 2 Avengers films? They're already soft introducing them with Miss Marvel. It's possible, but again, I think a lot of that falls in line with the time frame on the contracts. I don't know when in 2025 some of those lock up, but it could. They very well could. Fan 4 times. Well, fainted 4 times while watching Fan 4 Stick. Okay. MCU needs to do better when casting Storm for the new X-Men. I'm so annoyed, especially with the last actress they had for Storm. They dropped the ball casting Michaela Cole as Aneka instead of Storm. Yeah, but I don't know if it was. I wouldn't necessarily put the blame on the actress for the last Storm. I would say that had to come down to the writing and the structuring of the movie for really letting that character down. Storm is a character I love in the comics and in the X-Men animated series, and yeah, she's not been very well loved, given a lot of love in the live action side of things. Oh, thank you for that super chat, Max Vem. Imagine the rumors are true. Anya Taylor-Joy is Harley Quinn in Reeves' universe. Gaga and Anya Margot. And thanks for what you do. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that chat. And Anya Taylor would be a great one for Harley Quinn, I think. I actually hadn't heard that rumor, so that's the first time I'm hearing about it. I definitely wouldn't be opposed to that. Hope we get more movies in Phase 6. More other movies in Phase 6. Oh yeah, we definitely will. Iron Fist, Logan, Shang-Chi join Mortal Kombat. That'd be a great place for him, especially Logan if you want to take off the rating, man. Comic Nerds, Iron Fist is way more skilled than Daredevil. Netflix. Yeah, okay. Yeah, true. Fair. What's up, Alice Nari? How are you doing? Coming in late here. Just now getting to you. The Avengers avenge, the Defenders defend, the Guardians guard, the Eternals do nothing. Oh, that's a good one. I like that. Let's see. I'll let you guys talk that out. But yeah, I feel like maybe the last time he said that, I don't know if that still holds true based on what we've been seeing, but what do I know? Have I watched DC Super Pets? Not yet. I have not seen it yet, so I don't have any thoughts yet. Okay, I was pointing out something I personally noticed. I might have missed something in there. I think that's part of your all's conversation. I'll let you go as that. Mr. Marbles. Does Sony own the rights to use Spider-Man in films, or does Marvel own that right now? Sony still has the film rights to Spider-Man. They own them. Animation, TV, Marvel owns those. TV, I think, yeah, TV, film, I'm sorry, TV, animation, and comics, merchandise, and I'm not confident about games because of the Sony PlayStation series. I don't know if that was just a bid or how that's determined, or if that's exclusive to them. I don't know about that one, but everything else I mentioned is under Marvel. Sony has debatably the games and live action film rights for Spider-Man. I think film animation. So DC can do Spider-Man animated on Disney Plus and on TV, but they couldn't do Spider-Man animated on film, like in theaters, because that's why, you know, Sony's got Into the Spider-Verse and all that. It's very messy, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Who's my favorite character in Stranger Things? It is Hopper, with a close second being Steve. There's a world out there where Keanu Reeves and John Krasinski are Batman and Superman. I wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't be too thrilled with either of those castings, but you never know. Have I started watching the ILM special series on Disney Plus? Not yet. I saw that it dropped this weekend, and I really want to look at it. I really want to give it a go, but I haven't had time to really stamp it out at this point. Let's see. I was just wondering if Harry Potter would be at the top 3. It would probably be in the top 5, top 10 at least. But my big things, like if it was in, like I said, if we're talking film franchises, if we're cutting out Marvel and DC from the fold, Star Wars would be in there. Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter would probably be, if we're talking film. If we're talking everything, my big ones are Star Wars, Kingdom Hearts, and shit. What did I mention? I already forgot at the moment because I had to think about it. X-Files. Those are my favorite video game franchise, my favorite film franchise, and my favorite TV show series franchise. And film, because there's 2 X-Files movies. Whoops. Who's more of a jerk, Peacemaker or Soldier Boy? Oh, 100% Soldier Boy, because Peacemaker has a heart of gold behind that all of that exterior and those issues. Soldier Boy does not. Jensen Ackles as Steve Rogers Captain America variant. That would be a good one. I'd like that. Termite versus Ant-Man. Probably Ant-Man. You know what movie holds up surprisingly well? The Crow. It's like 25 years old at this point, and while the CGI isn't that great, the movie is A+++. Love The Crow. Rest in peace, Brandon Lee, but I love The Crow. Such a good movie. KG Beast, Cheetah, Calendar Man, Reverse Flash, Killer Frost, Mrs. Freeze, Toyman, Grundy, Sinestro, Grodd, Black Manta, Metallo. Wakanda Forever looks beautiful. I agree. An adaptation of Flashpoint Beyond maybe came up with a different title, but imagine the finale opens up with Oliver waking up from an alternate timeline where Barry was killed by a lightning strike. That could be interesting. I wouldn't mind a Jimmy Woo Darcy X-Files type show. I talked about that a lot during WandaVision. I would subscribe for life. That might be a little extremist, but I would definitely, I would send them money to make that happen. Directly. Like, not through a subscription or something. I would invest in that project. Do I like Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines? It's fine. It's fine. It's not my favorite Terminator film. I like it more than Dark Fate. Though I think Dark Fate is a better film than Terminator 3, but Terminator 3 is a better Terminator movie than Dark Fate is a Terminator movie. If that makes any sense. But yeah, Terminator 3 is alright. Definitely bottom tier Terminator films. A Storm Disney Plus show, please. Hell yes, let's do it. Livewire is there, and Parasite, Harley Quinn 2. Did I read any of George R.R. Martin's books? Yeah, I've read all of the main Game of Thrones books. I haven't read the world book. I haven't read the little side stories, and I haven't read shit. I have not read the one that House of the Dragon is based on. But I've read all of Fire and Ice, A Song of Fire and Ice so far. And I'm still fucking waiting on that next book, damn it. Stop cameoing and starting other shows and finish Winds of Winter. KG Beast. And Oliver has to reset the timeline to make sure Barry becomes a Flash, and through the course of the story sets up a time loop where Barry becomes the lightning bolt that struck him in the past. That would be cool. Jared's going to be direct, and who's going to direct Dynasty? I did. Destin Daniel Cretton from Shang-Chi. Don't remember his name, but the pale white guy with the metal jaw is in Harley Quinn episode 3 as well. I think the guy you're talking about, I don't know if it's 100% him, but he just looks like one of the mutants from The Dark Knight. Fun fact, everyone Jensen Ackles actually auditioned for Captain America and was the second choice if Evans was noted third offer. Oh, that's cool. Killer Croc is in there. Yes, he was in there. Holy crap. I think Zod. Yep, Zod was in there. How can you say that? I want Jessica Henwick back in Marvel. Me too. Avengers Secret Wars better be an epic Hunger Games Battle Royale movie. As it should. Favorite transgender characters of Dustin, Will, Murray. Dustin would be my number 3, I think. I can't wait to see all the reactions to Sandman, and when we get to Mark Hamill's character. Also, Morningstar is so tall, and that wingspan. Who do you think is an underrated or overrated character in Stranger Things? It's tough. I don't think there's any overrated characters, personally. Underrated? Mike, probably. Mike or Lucas, I feel like. So hyped for Lord of the Rings, but it looks so grand. Takes away from my excitement for House of Dragon. I get that. I totally get that. Like, scale-wise, it definitely makes House of Dragon look a little tiny. But that's fine. House of Dragon is about the people, where Lord of the Rings is more about the world, I feel like. The world of Lord of the Rings is the attraction to Lord of the Rings. House of the Dragon, like George R. R. Martin's stuff, is more about the politics, the people, the journey, more than the world itself most of the time. At least that's how I kind of view it. Uh-oh, we got some porn bots again. Get out. Main villain, I named him generic villain. Nice. Hear me out. Zac Efron as Green Arrow. Give it to me. I'll take it. I'll take it. Daddy Zac, yes. As Oliver, do it. Sony owns live-action TV, live-action movies, and animated movies. Marvel owns animated TV and video games, but licenses the video game rights to Sony. Let's see. I think you're right about that live-action TV. Actually, Caleb. So yeah. Yeah, what Caleb said. What's been the most disappointing ending of a series that I've otherwise really liked? Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That series finale is dog shit. Oh my god. Terrible. And close in rivaling that is Gotham. While Gotham was just disappointing, it's not offensively disappointing. I was just really sad at how they handled the ending of Gotham. But, oh my lord, Buffy, the ending of that show was awful. Awful. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Those are the ones that come immediately to mind for me. Well, shit. Hold on. So, if we're talking pure disappointment, what wasn't intended to be the ending was season 11 of X-Files, which is part of the 2-season revival series they did. Where the writer, even despite the cast's insistence that they didn't want to come back after that season, still left it with this weird open-ended thing that left even the most die-hard fans of the series fucking pissed, to where we just don't even acknowledge it as a large chunk. That was a big conversation. Fuck, man. Even one of the actresses that was involved, whom I just watched, who's fantastic in Hill House, Annabeth Gish, and fantastic in Midnight Mass. As positive of a person as she was like, I could not relate at all to what they did with my character in that final season. And she tried her best to still be positive about it but still ragging on the decisions that were made. Oh, fuck, dude. Chris Carter fucked up the X-Files. I don't know. Now I'm pissed. No, I'm fine. I'm not really. I'm just... That's my favorite television show of all time still. But I just consider the revival seasons, the revival series, it's just own thing. It has some good episodes, some great Monster of the Week episodes, some non-serialized episodes, but the ones that continued the story forward, they butchered the shit out of it. But yeah, Buffy, and well, I guess that takes the cake for me. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, never mind. It's X-Files. It's my favorite show of all time. But if I can't pretend that it didn't happen, that revival series can go fuck off and die. Oh, man. Yeah. Otherwise, Buffy. Sony is making a live-action Silk TV show with Amazon. Oh, I did not know that. Oh, I knew they were doing something with Silk, but I didn't know where it was landing. I know you're a fan of Friends. Would you have been disappointed if Ross and Rachel didn't end up together? Yes, actually. Like, despite their toxicity, I still wanted them to be together in the end for some stupid reason. Any interest in watching Young Pope? Your religious insight when watching Black Mass was interesting. I've not heard of this show. Young Pope. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. No promises, but I'll look into it. I'm back. Chinese food call. Do you think there was a new... Who do you think the new Black Panther is? I think Shuri, but I'd go with Nakia. Just because Lupita is so good. And if you have her on your payroll, use her. I would prefer... I think it's going to be Shuri, but I would honestly prefer it to be Lupita for it to be Nakia. If I had my dream pick, I would love for them to somehow bring back maybe a variant or a redeemed from the dead Killmonger, who's had some kind of change of heart, redemption, spiritual journey in death, to where he could have been what he actually wanted to be without the like mass slaughter side of what he was planning on doing. You know, truly bringing Wakanda to greatness like T'Challa wanted, but without ignoring the problems in the world. I don't know. Anyway, Shuri, probably. Nakia, give it. If I could choose any non-MCU director for Secret Wars, who would I pick? Zack Snyder. He can handle scope and scale really well. You just got to rein him in. I can't be the only one who's surprised people think the Black Panther figure in the teaser was a man's frame. That body frame is a woman, is as woman as you can get. Who can't be the only one who is surprised people think. To me, it looked... I couldn't... I did not see, and I still don't see a woman's frame. If anything, it is very neutral to me. I could see it going one way or the other, to be honest, but there's nothing about it that screams female to me. Like, I've seen a lot of people say. Kite Glider looks promising. What's up, good vibes? Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Hope you are as well. One clarification: whether Superman Lois school that Tag got conscripted to before enlisting had metahumans enrolled in it, or if all the soldiers were created after enlisting. That's another continuity error they need to address at some point, or they're probably just going to never address it. Let's see. I don't understand why people were trying to make a third Terminator movie so there's a good Terminator trilogy. What's wrong with a great Terminator duology? Completely agree. It's one of those things where they just keep trying with aliens and they can never really hit that mark again. Things don't have to be a trilogy, you know? Things can just end. Do I like Murray? He is so funny and hilarious, and also very underrated. Oh, I do. I do like Murray. He's definitely a character that's grown on me over the years. The years! Like, I've watched fucking Stranger Things for more than just a few months. Sorry about that. Hope the Duffer Brothers bring Joseph Quinn for Season 5, even if it's for flashbacks or as Kaz, the vampire from D&D games, if they will follow the lore. Joseph Quinn's star is shining bright. I wouldn't mind either of those. I promise you, I will protect the stream. Do what you do, man. What if the Avengers have an old team and new team all together to fight Doctor Doom and the other villains? Could be. Plus, we got the amazing Sarah Connor Chronicles TV show. Only had one season, but T1, T2, and SEC were great watched together. I've never seen Sarah Connor Chronicles, but I've heard good things about it. Two British guys from the Netflix gay drama Heartstopper would be great as Wiccan and Hulkling. They look the part as well. That'd be interesting. Didn't watch Gotham. It's a really good show up until the final season, I would say. I lost interest in Buffy after season 4, especially after Angel left at the end of season 3. I was never a huge Angel fan, I'll just be honest. In the show or of Angel the series, I begrudgingly ever watched an episode of Angel only if there was nothing else on. Gotham was always going to be anticlimactic. Unless you got 20 seasons, you'd never get a full Batman and the stuff you actually want. Thing is, we had an entire Batman world with no Batman. Like, we had every villain active, not beyond their backstories, active and established before we even had a Batman. It was so weird. Totally valid about Buffy. I'm glad we agree. The cinematographer of Loki, Autumn Durald, will be returning for Wakanda Forever, which explains how stunning Wakanda looks and feels in the trailer. Hell yeah. Are we talking about disappointments? Okay, beware the Batman. I've never watched it. I did not like the art direction, so I just never watched. That Loki soundtrack will forever be genius. That soundtrack is good, stellar. It's one of the first soundtracks in a really long time I've purchased. The best part of Buffy finale was them setting up a spike for the finale of final season of Angel. See, I didn't watch Angel or keep up with Angel, so I had no idea what they were trying to do with Spike. But like the way they handled everything else was just so awful. Now that you're caught up with Stranger Things, will you react to season 5 trailer when that comes out, or still just stay away from it to try to go in fresh like a half? Debatable. I think it'll probably be based on my mood. Right now, I am feeling like I want to just kind of keep it consistent and go in just completely clean. But if I do it for the channel, get those clicks. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Firefly is there. I've never seen Firefly. Oh, wait. Are we talking about the character or the show? I've never seen the show Firefly. Loved all the Monster of the Week episodes. I could count the ones on my hand that I would skip, even though on rewatches I don't skip them. I don't skip any episodes. But yeah, for sure. They're all pretty freaking solid. Why has Twitter gotten so toxic in recent years? Beats me. Except the final season. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, which final season? The final season of like 1 through 9 or final season of 1 through 11? Always preferred Farscape to Firefly for weird niche sci-fi stuff. Haven't seen either. Nope. Kazi, anybody, if you post leaks in the chat, I will time your ass out. Let's see. My big issue with the Buffy finale was that all the potentials could have suddenly kicked ass of an army of ubervamps when Buffy struggled with just one. Black Panther is Chris Rock. No one really knows. There's a synopsis for Young Pope. After a surprising turn of events, Lenny becomes the first American Pope and begins to change things to suit his own needs. Played by Jude Law. Great reviews. That sounds kind of interesting, actually. People are going to bet money on who the Black Panther is, and someone will walk away rich. I don't care if it's true or not, but if you share like leaked anything, I will put a stamp out problem to that. How I Met Your Mother, worst finale in history. I remember it because, okay, I was mad, okay. I finished the episode, went to my room, got my whole baseball bat and took it to my TV like no tomorrow. Is that real or was that exaggeration? I've never had a reaction like that to a TV show before or since. I guess that actually happened. How I Met Your Mother finale was kind of trash. Well, I wouldn't say trash, but it was kind of grody. Just grody and disgusting, kind of. And kind of a cop-out, too. So I get it. Young Pope is an HBO limited series starring Jude Law as the Pope. Nakia would be a lot more convenient considering Shuri's actors' issues on set. That is also true. I wanted to tell you this. When I saw people reacting to the X-Men theme in Ms. Marvel, I was so confused because I thought they were talking about the Fox them in the movies, and I was like, this is not the X-Men theme. What are you talking about? Later, I found out they were talking about the X-Men animated theme, which I never saw. What's my favorite actor? Yours is Jamie Campbell Bower and Noah Schnapp. In the show or in general? In general would be a really hard pick, but in the show, my favorite actor is David Harbour, I think. Past us again. Who's Polka Dot and Kite Man's sound lame. Also Kevin James. Well, you just mentioned Kevin James, so I think you mean in general. If we're talking like any actor ever, fuck, I don't know. I don't know that I can pick a single actor. No, I lied. I saw the first season. How dare you? Watched Everything Everywhere All at Once for the first time last week and was blown away. It's such a unique and creative film that excelled in all regards. Definitely one of the best I've ever seen. It is beautiful, for sure. I've heard the monument at the start of Wakanda trailer is for Killmonger, put there by T'Challa so he can always watch the sun set and rise. Might give an afterlife Killmonger the push to do good. Maybe. Maybe. Best ending to a series. Whew. Two come to mind. And I would say Friends or Breaking Bad. I preferred Spike over Angel. That's just me. Well, I think Spike was just a better character than Angel, I think. But I was never really invested too much in either of them, really. Let's be honest. I was only there for Willow. No, that's not true. I like the show. Good night, Adit. Beware the Batman villains we know, and we don't know the change the Deathstroke origin in a boring way. You know, I feel the vibe was off during the Black Panther panel at Comic-Con. It's not just because of Boseman's passing. I sensed some tension with Shuri's actress and the others. Oh, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's a lot of that. To be honest, Professor Pig has a sidekick. Possibly an unpopular opinion, but I think Ms. Marvel had the best soundtrack of all Marvel things. I would say second. I would call it second to Loki. I really did like the soundtrack for Ms. Marvel, but I just don't think you beat that. The future synth of like Loki. Yeah, Natalie Holt is doing some gold with that shit, man. Natalie Holt gets some MCU projects outside of Loki too. She has said she wants to do some Kang projects, and now we have a bunch of them. Yeah, she also did the soundtrack for Obi-Wan, which I quite enjoyed. It's very different, but it still felt like Star Wars. Instead of Catwoman, Magpie loves Batman. Man-Bat's origin's different. Duffer Brothers said that they will start writing the script for season 5 in August this year, Monday, August 1st. So Duffers better get working on that script at 8 a.m. sharp. Hell yeah. Do you think the MCU is good at plot twists and big reveals? Sometimes. Not all the time. Oh god, Caleb just reminded me of How I Met Your Mother. A mess. Hi, Mother. You're dead. Now I'm watching Harley Quinn. Hell yeah. How Much Your Mother completely ruined character arcs in 10 minutes. Yes, they did. Married with Children is my favorite sitcom. I even have No Ma'am shirt. Never watched Married with Children. Have I seen the Netflix anime Transformers show? No. Very short seasons and was shocked at how good they were. I've not. The only Transformers show I've seen is some of the mid-2000s ones that were on Cartoon Network. Not a lot. But man, I was deep when I was growing up into Beast Wars. Okay, people, shout why. Go watch it, but I never saw Better Call Saul. Well, you should only watch Better Call Saul, I would say, after watching Breaking Bad. But you could watch it the other way around. I'm curious to see how that experience would play out, to be honest, but that's my recommendation. Farscape was hella fun. Lots of crazy characters, and Claudia Black. Also, just trippy. Love that show. Another good one from the era was Babylon 5. Poop in the sea. It's like when you go from one comment to the next one. Sometimes it's just so polar opposites. Can we have a rant on why you dislike the Buffy finale? No. I mean, I gave you one. They just fucked up everybody's character arcs. They killed people off with no regard for no reason in stupid ways. It was messy. The editing was botched. It was rushed. The acting was awful. It made no sense. And it was just like shit just happened for happening. Ah! Oh, anyway. Is Toby Spider-Man defecating around the city? What? What the fuck? And I had to add one more favorite character of Stranger Things that I forgot. Is one, or Henry, because Jamie did an amazing job making one very creepy and scary and was the peaks of a perfect villain. I can agree with that. Which MCU movie or show will return us to Madripoor? Probably Thunderbolts. Highly recommend reading the Buffy continuation comics. Buffy season 8 through season 11 comics were amazing and are all tie-in arcs such as Angel, After the Fall, and Spike series, etc. Maybe if I ever have time to get around to it, I'll give it a try. Aside from Shang-Chi and Captain America, what character has the best fight scenes in the MCU, in my opinion? All right, so if we count those out, best fight scenes. That is not a Captain America movie and is not a Shang-Chi movie. Spider-Man No Way Home with Spidey versus Green Goblin. That was a pretty baller-ass fight. Aside from that, I don't know. I feel like most of the fight scenes outside of what you mentioned are pretty meh. Meh. All right. They get the job done. Maybe Hawkeye? Anyway. All right, I'll watch it backwards and let you know next stream. Well, good luck. That's a lot to watch in just a week. Favorite sitcom for me is the one where the Russo brothers were playing with paintballs. The Community. Never watched that show. Never watched it. Also recommend the Fray comics as a futuristic spin-off for the continuation comics. Interesting. Omni, you're neat. Aw. Well, you're sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Here's my opinion on Buffy finale. I love the new Pacific Rim anime on Netflix. I have not seen either of the Pacific Rim films. Is anybody worried that Disney/Marvel Studios is going to ruin Daredevil and Blade? Look, I'm hopeful, but I'm still worried. I hope they do good. I'm actually not that worried at all. Chocolate yogurt emoji. Yeah, it's definitely yogurt. I haven't heard Sharon Carter mentioned much for Thunderbolts, but that seems to fit. I completely forgot about the whole Sharon Carter power broker thing. Yeah, we're gonna have to follow up on that in some way too. Like Joker do. Harl Ivy in the chat. Did I like Mortal Kombat movie from a while back? Guilty pleasure of mine, gore and good choreography, all I need. No, I didn't. I didn't think the choreography was good. The gore was fun. The Easter eggs were fun, but I thought they botched the lore. Cole was unnecessary and added nothing. And the editor made even these super talented martial artists look bad. That's how I felt. I know a lot of people. It was very mixed. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people didn't like it. I was one of those people that fell in the part that I was really annoyed with the movie when I left it. But I'm still gonna go see the new one when they make it to see if they improve. It's also a first-time director, so like, what the fuck? Anyway. Do I like The Blacklist? Never seen it. It's my second favorite series after Stranger Things. Never heard of it, actually. Which is more iconic? X-Men the Animated Series or Batman the Animated Series? I would have to say probably Batman the Animated Series. Breaking Bad is an example of a near-perfect series. Besides X-Files, what's another near-perfect series? Avatar: The Last Airbender. Was that quick? Did I have that prepped and ready? I knew what you were asking before I got to the end of it. Yeah, Breaking Bad is as close to perfect. Like, if there's any flaws with it, it's like a 99.9%. X-Files, I'll admit, at times is like an 80. Sometimes 60. It's always above the passing grade line. I just love the universe, the characters, and the stories they tell, because it's like the Twilight Zone on crack sometimes, but with really grounded, great characters and a really great mystery behind it all. But I wouldn't ever call the X-Files perfect. It's just my favorite series of all time. But if we're talking something as close to being perfect as Breaking Bad, it would 100% for me be Avatar: The Last Airbender. Spider-Man vs. Goblin, Iron Man vs. Thanos, Spider-Man vs. Doctor Strange are my faves. Those are good fights. And again, like Joker do. Like Joker do. Would you ever go bald? Well, I mean, like anybody else going into age, I'm sure I'm thinning. Hairline's not what it once was, but I still have a full head of hair. Would I willingly go bald? Maybe for like a charity thing or for a good reason. Or I'm not even gonna lie, I was so hot the other day. I was just staring in the mirror. I was like, I had for a split second, I wonder like what it would feel like if I just buzzed my head right now, because I have a trimmer. Because I was like, what if I just cut this shit off right now? But yeah, I don't know. There'd have to be a reason behind it. I would never go full bald if I had the choice. I have a round ass head, so my hair helps balance it out a little bit. Going into age. Yes, going into age, as I am. Do you think Deadpool 3 will take place between Deadpool 2 and Avengers Infinity War, Endgame, or Spider-Man No Way Home? No, I think it'll definitely be after, more than likely. I thought Sharon would be a bigger player for Armor Wars, but that has not been mentioned at SECC. Not yet, at least. I agree with your Buffy finale takes. I had a buddy who hated it because she thought every woman on the planet became a Slayer, which was too much. Told him it was just potentials. Yeah, no. Yeah, exactly. Hot take, Freddy vs. Jason is the best movie out of both of the main title characters franchises. I heavily disagree. I don't know if I would put any of the Friday the 13th movies above Freddy vs. Jason, but I think Freddy 3 Dream Warriors, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors is my favorite between both franchises. Let's be real. Marvel dropped the ball on making Sharon Carter an interesting character. I too forgot Sharon existed. Saw 2021 live action Mortal Kombat the first time. I think the trailer was clickbait. I liked Scorpion and Kano. Kano was my favorite part of the movie, and I liked Scorpion, and that Scorpion was a main kind of focal point of it, but I think that they wasted Hiroyuki Sanada. And for me, that is like a cardinal sin. That being said, I don't read the Boom series. Remake comics started a few years ago as trash. It's a modern day remake, but it keeps the characters likenesses of the show and retells episodes. Speaking of Boom Studios, I've really wanted to start their Power Rangers comics because I've seen some really cool shit come out of that, but I've just not really dove into it yet. Like, I have a Lord Draken pop figure, but I've not actually read it. If I was in Marvel, what would I make the vibe of the Fantastic Four? Should they be serious, funny, self-aware? I'd say a little somewhere between serious and self-aware. Because, like, knowing their situation and what they have to know, like, what people would think of it. So, like, to approach it from that point. At this point, I'm done with funny Marvel. I'm done with it. After Thor, I'm fucking done with the jokes, man. Especially if they're invasive in the way that they were in Thor: Love and Thunder. So, especially with a group like Fantastic Four, you definitely can't go Fan-4-stick serious, where there was like so moody, emo, and grungy. It's still got to have that Marvel flair behind it. But we can't let it. They like Aquaman, which was big, bold, and colorful. and it treated Aquaman not as a joke, but serious, but in a fun way. We need to do like what James Wan did with Aquaman with the Fantastic Four, but I think the Fantastic Four should lean into a little more science fiction, serious kind of angle. That makes sense. Community is pretty amazing comedy, very hilarious. Many of the actors who on it have cameoed in the MCU because of the Russo brothers who directed episodes that rumor got them into the MCU job. Hell yeah. The animated Mortal Kombat movies are for the fans, and the live-action series is one for like live-action gore. The more recent Scorpion's Revenge animated film from WB Animations was really good. And it really seemed like they took inspiration from that. I forget which came out which. They did pretty much the same thing with Scorpion in both movies, except they did it so much better in the animated one. I don't recall what got this reaction, but hell yeah. I have an afro. I hope I will keep it for a while, unless it's for a good cause. Have I ever seen the Quantum Leap finale? I loved it, but people were mad. I've never seen Quantum Leap. I know the show, I know the concept, I know some references and the tagline, but I've never actually seen it. Yep, going into age. I like your hair. Well, thank you. Another motive why I find one character so interesting is because his powers are similar to Eleven's, but his character is the opposite, and he and Eleven are strongest beings in Stranger Things. For sure. We love your round-ass head, Omni, and your curly hair. Well, thank you. Big-ass round head. Took a whole lab with strong kids single-handed at... Yeah, for sure. The only things I liked about the recent Mortal Kombat movie were the opening with Scorpion. Oh yeah, that was the best part of the movie. And Kano scenes in the end fight with Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Yeah, I still feel like they cut all the tension out of that Scorpion Sub-Zero showdown they set up too for me. His reveal when he came in was hype as fuck, but the rest of the fight itself was good. The conclusion to it was not so strong for me. Kano stole the show, and the whole thing in the opening was the best part. The movie should have just not had Cole and just been about Scorpion's revenge. That's pretty much just like the animated movie. Wait, Steve kissed Peggy, then Sharon, then Peggy? Yup. Halloween 2018 is my favorite Halloween movie. Halloween Kills sucked, aside from when Michael was being a beast when he turned into John Wick at the end. So when it comes to Halloween Ends, I don't know. It can go either way. I'm right there with you. Halloween 2018 is not my favorite. The original still is. It was really strong in a lot of ways, but Halloween Kills really sucked a lot of my excitement out of this new timeline with that film. Do you think the MCU should have ended with Endgame, or do you like the direction it's taking? I never expected it to end with Endgame. I knew it was going to continue, but I don't know. I think they can definitely go really good direction. I think they could have ended with Endgame, and it would have been satisfying for me, but I think they're doing a pretty good direction with it right now. Have I seen the TMNT 2007 animated movie? Yes, I think. Are we talking about the one where they cross over? Oh no, that one. Yes. Yeah, I've seen that one. I don't like the plot. I don't like the plot or the story, but I like everything involving the turtles and their family drama. The bout between Raph and Leonardo on the rooftops in the rain made me cry. But yeah. Their Power Rangers comics are top notch. The Buffy series, not so much. That's good to know. I've heard nothing but great things about the Boom Power Rangers comics, and I think they just released an omnibus of the first bunch, and I want to grab it. Live action Sub-Zero and Jax were disappointing. Yeah. I feel like they should just reboot the DCU and start over. I kind of agree. You have great hair. I have a double crown, so I can't grow long. My right side is heated to the last to keep it down. Has a life of its own. All the power to you, man. I appreciate the compliment, though. They did the Arrowverse so dirty. CW is all jokes. Now, kinda. It used to be a great balance. Anyway. Doing a Thor 4 rewrite. Any ideas you think better the film? More gore. More gore going gore. Kill God, good God. Butcher. More of that and some more Jane, please. Take out fucking all of the comedy at this point. Scorpion's Revenge came out in 2020. When did the live action one come out? Was it 2021? Yeah, it was 2021. Okay. Yeah, they should have just done that, because the entire time I was drawing comparisons to that animated movie, which I found really annoying because it did it better. I found 2 Avengers movies announcements so close to each other, so strange, and they are not even a part 1 or part 2. So far, not same directors. Thoughts? I find it a huge misdirect. I don't know. I think it's just like Infinity War and Endgame. The only difference is we went into it knowing it was a part 1 and a part 2 of the same idea. And it's effectively a part 1 and a part 2. The Kang Dynasty is leading to Secret Wars. The only difference is they're not the same directors. So I think it's the same thing. I see it as the same thing. Goodbye. Oh, and it's time for me to say goodbye. Take it easy, Jamie. You can't have 2 number 1s, then you'd have 11. Exactly. You seem to be pretty level-handed in all your Star Wars reactions. Where are you with 10 being a mega fan and 0 being a Disney ruined Star Wars guy? I'd say oh, I was just trying to figure that out. 7. I would have said 10 pre-Disney, but I'm a 7, sometimes a 6, but I'm a 6 or 7 most of the time post-Disney. I can live without the sequels. I like some of the things they did. I don't like other things they did. I think thematically they don't feel like Star Wars to me, but I'm not in my head erasing them from my brain. I'm living with their existence and trying to move forward. And all the Disney Plus stuff, I've really enjoyed. Bad Batch, both seasons of Mando. I'm looking forward to Andor. I'm looking forward to Ahsoka. Boba Fett, I leaned more positive on because I enjoyed the fun bits, but it was kind of sloppy. It was a very sloppy, structured show. But at the end of the day, I enjoyed it more than I didn't. So I think I'm pretty level question. I think I'm pretty level-headed about it. I think. I try to be. DC is in shambles. That's kind of been its entire existence. Thanks for a lot of these streams. Love them so much. I do this every weekend. Every Saturday. So feel free to hang out. I always say every. The plan is every Saturday, but sometimes there's a Saturday that something comes up or I have to take it off. But I try to aim to do one of these every Saturday. John Wick is really realistic. And kinda. In some ways. Him surviving that fall at the end of 3, not so much. New TMNT game. Yes. I haven't, but I haven't played it yet. But I've heard nothing but praise for it. An omnibus? Yeah, man, that's what we're going to tour the country in. An omnibus. You're named Omni, and you're a man. Wait, are you? No, I'm not Omni-Man. Going to binge The Lone Gunman on Sunday. You know, I'll be honest. With X-Files being my favorite show of all time, I have not actually watched The Lone Gunman show. And I have not watched Millennium. I will eventually. But you're going to have to let me know how that goes, though. I really want to know about it before I jump into it. It didn't last beyond that first season, so... It got its backdoor finale in season 9. Of X-Files. What's up, John Luke? How are you doing, buddy? Doing good. March is going to be a great birthday month for both Dungeons & Dragons, Honor Among Us, and John Wick 4 coming out in March. Hell yeah, man. Thor Ragnarok's. Ragu. Well, it's not loaded yet. I really recommend to watch The Blacklist. It's the most underrated movie that exists. It's amazing. That doesn't tell me anything about it, but I'll have to look it up. Take it easy, Jamie. Thanks for stopping in. What's up, Felix? It's doing well. We're probably going to wrap up here soon so I can get on to some other things. But yeah, thanks for stopping in. Don't worry, Gore will be butchering Gore, many gods, butcher, even butcher, God, Thor, God Butcher. God, that would have been a much better movie. Anyway. The whole story of Justice Force is a band named Stan and his miss to be a hero like Super Hank. And Super Hank is secretly evil and kills Stan's best friend, and he has to form a team. Ragu, thank you for that super chat. No question, no nothing, just love. Love you, man. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate that. That's a great question, Declan. I'm a 7 too. You know, when you're talking about Thor, I think back to TMNT in the 1990 movie and how they handled the tone. They had funny moments, but it was also very serious moments in the movie as well. Yeah, man, for real. It was heavy. That movie still gets me worked up. Like, it's just such a good acted and shot movie for its time about big old ninja turtles. And they treated it like a serious movie. And it had so much fun because, again, they're teenagers. It made sense. But when things got real, they got real. Even when they ramped up the fun in 2, took away their ability to use their weapons, it was still fun. But serious. I don't know, man. There's a balance. And I feel like the MCU used to have it. But that just pushed it one way the other direction that made me uncomfortable. Unfortunately, Gore was such a great villain, wasted in a shroud of comedy and Love and Thunder. Such a shame. Yup. Lightning Guy has stress issues. Any person wants to retire, and Dog Dude talks to dogs. Nice. Nice one, man. Respect. It'd be nice to see you react to Stranger Things, a bad lip reading videos. I've mentioned that before. A lot of people recommended them. I have grown out of bad lip readings. That's one of the reasons I haven't actually done it, because I started it to just kind of see, am I in the mood for this? And I watched like a minute and a half of one of them, and I was just like, I'm not finding this funny. See ya, Brian. With Alan Horn coming on board to be Zavlov's right-hand man, what if they came to Kevin Feige with a juicy offer to have a lot of creative control over DC, since they have a great relationship at Disney? And funny thing, before Kevin Feige took over the MCU, he was in consideration to work with DC. So that could have been the alternate reality where Kevin Feige was working on DC stuff exists somewhere in the multiverse. They made slow animals into popular and kicking heroes. What? Cool. All right. I think we got a couple more coming in. I want to get them in here, and then we'll hang out. Call it a day. Sorry, Blacklist isn't a movie. It's a series. I wasn't focused when I was writing. No problem. I'll take a look and see what you're talking about. See if I can find it. No worries on me. Have a good weekend. Owen Grady Hand. This stops all creatures. Mentioned Gubbs earlier. He reviews DC, Marvel, and Star Wars. I'll have to look up that channel. But guys, if you want to continue the conversation or hang out with the community at all, join the Discord. Links to that and all my socials are down below. Follow me in all of those. I'm trying to get to 1,000 people on Twitter. I'm almost there. But fuck yeah, man. Fun time. Fun weekend. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have a good time. I'm going to try to get some stuff done. And I will see you guys. See, I keep saying this and then I just can never get myself in the mood for it. But I want to play that Digimon game I just bought. So I might stream. Who knows? There might be a video game stream either here or on Twitch, depending on where I feel like popping up at. But I need to play this game at some point. Anyway, keep an eye out. But guys, take care, everybody.